So this is not how I normally start episodes. This this is not how I wanted to start this episode. We are starting our Summer of Ska series, and this is all about like a whole hell of a lot of fun and some great music. But I feel like there's an icon-sized elephant in the room, and before we can get to the fun, it has to be talked about. We are recording this episode on July 22nd, 2025, and it will go down in rock and roll history as the day we lost Ozzy Osbourne. I've never been the biggest fan of Ozzy. Uh, his music, however, goes beyond anything. He is a true pioneer, artist, and icon, and that is something that cannot be doubted. That is not something that can ever be questioned. The man was an artist in every sense of the word. I I've been thinking about most of the afternoon on what I could say. I'm thankful that he gave us one last moment with him during his show. The fact that he was able to pull himself and get through that concert. And even if he had to stay seated the entire time, still be the Ozzy we remembered. My heart goes out to the Osborne family. We are with you. We grieve with you. And we wish nothing but the best for you. For just a moment, I would like to just take a moment of silence as we remember Ozzy Osbourne and everything he did for the music community, everything he did for rock and roll, and everything he did because he loved it. I think Ozzy, given everything he went through, knows that the show must go on. So today's episode will go on like normal. We're going to be talking about ska. We're going to have some fun. Mike Angle is going to be here, and we are just going to have a good time. Because, in all honesty, I think that's what Ozzy would want. Enjoy the rest of the show. All right, now we can do dick jokes.
Okay, digging, 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 digging. Yeah. Well, the other thing about it is, yeah, such a natural place to go from there. I mean, it's no secret that Chris loves metal, and he doesn't shy away from that's a little aspect of Less Than Jake I love for sure. Just the fact that he
Indeed.
loves metal, and it's
Dude, they are all
hey,
over the place. I
and
love Les and Jake,
they
dude.
are exactly, yeah. Yeah. I mean, we'll get all into that. I mean, yeah, once we get into the thick of it. But yeah,
Yeah.
eclectic is just like the beginning of it. That's why,
Yeah.
yeah. I would have to in my, yeah. I think they're probably my second favorite third wave ska band behind Operation Ivy. I think, yeah.
Okay. I can
I mean, no,
understand that.
yeah. I mean, yeah. And there's lots of competition. There's Real Big Fish.
Dude,
There's
there's so much out there.
Goldfinger, yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And all sorts of
Um,
different shades of it too. Yeah. But yeah.
what are you doing August 5th?
August 5th.
It is a Tuesday night.
It is a Tuesday night. August 5th. I believe I don't have anything going on. If it's just a Tuesday, yeah, I don't think I have anything going on.
The English Beat is coming to the National.
At the National, okay, unfortunately.
Yes.
That's where okay, gotcha. Okay,
I
interesting.
know that's more along the lines of your neighborhood because they're
For
playing the next
sure, yeah.
day in at the Norva.
Oh wow, okay, gotcha. Okay.
So I'm trying to find someone that wants to go.
Hmm.
I know it's like very old school ska,
Oh,
but
100%. No, I love that. I love it.
just think about it. If you're
I'll think
interested, you
about it.
want to
I'll think
go.
about it. I'll think about it. I was just remembering when literally, I think it was like I don't want to say it was a well, it had to have been. It was probably a weird free show that the Toasters played here at Banditos. Yeah, and that was
Nice.
amazing. Yeah, just a random for free show. And I think they didn't even they didn't have any of their horn people here, so literally just
Really?
yeah, local horn people. They knew all the two
They
tone
just brought people
harmonies.
in. All right.
Yeah, exactly. They all knew all the songs like just automatically off the cuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, that's how
I think,
musical the Richmond scene is.
yeah.
Like we
I
have the
think it was the Pie Tasters did like a free show at the Vanguard in Hampton
oh
like a couple
really?
months
Vanguard?
ago.
Nice. Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, we love it.
So,
Yeah. There's been other shows. I'm looking at one right now. Oh, that was also a free show. Okay. I knew this one was it was just like a one-off of the Lawrence Arms came through, which was insane. Again,
oh
yeah,
shit.
for free.
That's cool.
I think they were supporting Bad Religion or something and like
Oh,
just
okay.
had a random off day and so they're like, let's play Banditos for free. So I had to
Let's
get there.
just have fun.
Yeah, exactly. And I had to be there at like, it was on a Monday. I probably had to be there sooner than as soon as I got off work. Yeah, like
Yeah. That sounds about right.
yeah, I'll be hey for Lawrence Arms absolutely, and again for
Absolutely.
free you gotta like yeah. You
Even
got
better. That's such a great price.
I know, I love it. Yeah, any show that again, and these aren't just like
Yeah, I know, dude.
these are like bands I love. Yes, exactly. So them
So
releasing
let's
stuff is always good. Including yeah, Toasters.
and welcome back to First, Last, and Best. And we are here. We are doing it. We are on the road to Supernova. Starting off our Summer of Ska podcast series. I am so super excited about this. It's going to be so much fun. A lot of great bands lined up over the next several weeks. We got about, I believe, 5 or 6, 7 episodes maybe before we hit Supernova. So we got some time. We got a lot of stuff we want to discuss, a lot of great bands that we're going to be talking about in the ska scene. And we'll be getting to that first one, but obviously we got to get through some of the admin first. We're on Instagram, we're over on TikTok, we're over on Facebook. First, Last, and Best podcast. You can find us all of our reels, song of the day. You can look at my vinyl collection on Instagram because I'm posting those every so often. Just a lot of information and random shenanigans that you can find out from us. Uh, we are also on YouTube now. We're streaming there. We are on Spotify and we are on Apple Podcasts. Just go ahead and like, share, subscribe. Let us know what you think. If you like the show, if there's something that you want to talk about, or if you want to be a guest on the show, feel free to hit me up. I will gladly talk about any band that you want to talk about because honestly, it's just a good freaking time. Ladies and gentlemen, he's back. He's ready to go. He's got another band that he is super psyched about. And he is going to be at the Game of Jokes on August 2nd at Star Hill Brewery in Richmond, Virginia. Ladies and gentlemen, he's wonderful. His beard looks phenomenal. It's Mike Angle. Buddy, how are you?
Hello, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I don't know about my beard looking wonderful, but I appreciate it. It is getting
It
bushy,
looks good. It is getting a little bushy,
getting
I
a
will
little
say that.
Santa. But yeah, that's what happens when you're lazy and basically whenever you need a hair. Hey, at least I still need haircuts. There's that, you know.
That's true. It could
I,
be worse.
I
You could be bald.
Yeah,
So.
exactly. Still needing haircuts. And then when I go in, I usually say, let's do the beard trim. They get it nice and tight.
Yeah, they
So
nice
yeah.
and tight. And see, no, I'm in my because I play Santa Claus a couple
Oh, I
times
see.
a year.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay, so
starting in like June, July, I start growing it out so I get a good
gotcha.
length and I use
Putting the oils
um
in, yeah.
well, yes, that, but also like I use like stage makeup to turn it white.
Oh, to turn it gray. Okay,
So
gotcha.
that way, I actually look like Santa Claus and it's a real beard
I
because I've
know.
had kids grab on and pull. Like,
Right.
it's
Right.
fake,
A
pull.
hundred
No, it's
percent.
not.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You just pulled out some of my beard hair, but thank you.
Exactly. Yes. Thanks for that. Thanks for that.
So
It
I
wasn't
know,
painful
right?
at all.
So normally this is the point where we talk about like what we're listening to. Or last time Angle was here, I asked him what his favorite concert he's ever been to. But however, I feel like there's something very important we need to talk about. Because for
Yes.
those of you who remember Engel's first appearance on the show, we talked about Alkaline Trio.
Yes.
And the trio have dropped their first new track
We got a new one.
called Oblivion, and we got to talk about it because,
Yeah.
oh my God,
Do you love it, Ram? Do
that
you?
is the sugar daddy likes
He likes
right here, right in the vein. Put it right
it.
in.
Robbie
This is
wants
what I
it.
want. This
Okay,
is the
okay.
alkaline trio I want.
Okay,
Oh
good to know.
my
Good to know. Fair enough.
God.
Okay, yeah. I
Did you
mean,
not like it?
hey. I feel
Oh,
like here's the thing for me.
okay.
Uh, is it better than half of the last album? Absolutely. I'm
Yes.
not gonna take that away. I like that it makes me. Here's the thing. It makes me
Yeah.
excited for the two other songs that we're gonna get that are also produced by Travis Barker. That's what I will say.
Yeah.
I'm more excited about the fact that that's happening than anything else because obviously they work together in Blink and like they have, a songwriting,
Yeah.
chemistry as well. And bringing Dan into it and hearing that's Adam's, like I was telling you before, that's Adam's first, this recording is Adam's first being the drummer, basically, because
Yeah.
Derek did all of Blood, Hair, and Eyeballs. And like Blood, Hair, and Eyeballs, that song, along with the album, to be honest, but like that song did not impress me at first. It's the second single, Bad Time, that I'm like, okay, now this is some trio that I
Yeah.
can get behind. And just like, you can hear it in his voice in like certain lyrics that were like when he's like, you're the only one that I can tell, that I can talk to. Like lyrics like
Yeah.
that, when in his intonations like that. Some of the I will just be honest, some of the intonations on this one are a little what I would call Billy Joel. And you know what I mean by that. You know what I mean? They kind of run into each
But
other and it's just like,
I love
if
Billy
I were
Joel.
this, or I were this, or I were if I did
Yeah.
this. Yeah. So, and at the end, I like what it's doing, but here's the thing. Tion, you can sing that 1,000 different ways. Even going back to Operation Ivy with Caution, word you cannot
Yeah.
understand. Yeah. Initiation by At the Drive-In. And that's the only way I know how to spell initiation because it's Initination. But yeah, Tion's. So again, I hate to just completely break it all down, Rob. But yeah, I like the song. It's not like that, but like it makes me more excited for what's to come. I guess that's what I
Yes.
would say, and very clearly it does the same for you, and I'm glad
Yes.
because it basically it's everything you wanted that wasn't on Blood, Hair, and Eyeballs, basically.
Yes. I liked Blood, Hair, and Eyeballs. It was a good record,
Yeah.
not great. I see Oblivion, I hear it, and
Mhm.
it makes me want more of what they're doing right now.
Yeah, especially in the
So,
verses where again he's doing like just like letting the chords jangle like
yes,
yeah, that's good stuff. Yes, absolutely.
100%.
It's definitely more spooky Alkaline Trio, which we love. Like
I
yeah.
do like the spooky alkaline trio.
One of my favorite ones on the last album, that break song, the one that
Yes.
literally it says "God damn it" in it. So it's like, okay, you're so on the note, It's like, okay, we get it. Okay, yeah, that was an album, but yeah. So that's what I will say about Oblivion.
Yeah.
And of course, I just played the remaster of the video game, so it's on my Oblivion's
See,
been on
there you
my
go.
mind a little bit. So yeah, I like it. It's you know, I would say if you split Alkaline Trio's category in half, it would be on the half that I fucks with. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's all
Okay.
you
Well,
can say
good.
with a band that's been around so long. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we
Mhm.
are now gonna actually go into the band that we're going to be talking about.
Sounds
And
brilliant.
I don't know if anyone's actually caught on yet that actually watches this, but I
Yeah.
have a tendency to wear the shirt of the band that is
Oh,
playing
I
or
mean,
we're
I caught
talking
on, but
about
I mean, I'm zooming with you.
just
Yeah.
about every single week. Uh,
It's about if people are
if I
watching the
have the
clip.
shirt,
Yeah.
I'm
You got
gonna
to
wear
watch
it.
the clips, people.
Exactly. We're on TikTok, the Reels on
Yeah.
Facebook and Instagram. They're there.
They're there.
We are talking about the one, the only from Gainesville, Florida, Less Than Jake. Oh my God. One of the first ska bands I really got into, other than Real Big Fish. It was
Yeah.
like Real Big Fish, Less Than Jake, and Mighty Mighty Boss Tones
Absolutely.
were my introduction to ska,
Hmm.
which is growing up in like the mid 90s, early 2000s. I mean, those were the bands that everybody knew
It's
as
the
far
Mount
as,
Rushmore of yes,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
those were the bands that
The
like,
Mount Rushmore made of mozzarella sticks. Yeah, that's
exactly. So like if you were going to talk about ska or like just random people on the street, like, hey, name your favorite ska band, it would
yeah,
probably be Real Big Fish, Less Than Jake, Mighty Mighty Boss Tones.
absolutely. I think
Um, Less Than Jake, I feel like has the kind of staying power that because we're going to get into their albums
oh
and we are
yeah,
going to talk about them pretty hard.
yeah.
But
We're going.
to just I saw them at Warped Tour in the early 2000s,
Hmm.
and I saw them last year.
Oh really? Okay, gotcha.
I
Uh,
think
was that a Canal Club or
I don't remember. No, it was
somewhere
that
else? Yeah,
maybe it
maybe
was like
might
two
have been the
years
Norma,
ago.
maybe
It might have been 2 years ago. I
2 years.
know
Okay,
Caitlin bought me tickets to go see them for my birthday. I think it might have been 2 years ago
I know.
because it was
Sorry.
at the Norva.
Oh, was
And
it Norma?
dude, they
Okay,
are still amazing.
I'm
And they
sure.
are
Yeah.
actually headlining Saturday night at Internet Supernova International Ska Festival here in
Woo.
Hampton, Virginia. Tickets
Yeah.
are on sale. I don't know why I'm advertising for them, but I am.
Just look directly to camera and yeah,
Directly to camera. Go to the
give him a
International
pitch.
Supernova International Ska Festival. It is going to be amazing. It is literally the single best festival I've ever been to. I had
Yeah.
so much fun last year
Oh
going.
my gosh, I'm
So
glad.
I
I'm
am now
glad.
going to go on Saturday and Sunday. I'll be walking
Yeah.
around. I might get stickers for the show and hand them out to people. Who knows?
God,
Let's
that's
see how
and
much they cost and maybe I'll do it.
nice.
So I'll be there with a book bag with crap in it and
Nice.
I'll hand shit out, I guess. I'll hand out shirts for my old podcast because I have them sitting in a box somewhere.
Hey,
Uh,
they gotta get out there. Yeah.
I'm just gonna like put tape over the name of the show and just like write first, last, and best, and just
Hey,
reuse those shirts. So
yeah, I know. Listen, there's gonna at least be 2 to 3 dads there who would love listen to your father.
who doesn't? No, not Go Ask Your Father. Centerway Society. Centerway
Oh,
Society. I
okay.
had T-shirts made for that, and
I thought you
I
had.
don't. And then like literally like a week after I got them, like the show just ended. So.
Oh, well, so yikes.
Son
Well,
of a bitch. All right. So,
I
anyways, moving
know.
on. So, like this was like your introductory band,
Yeah,
or
basically
one of
to
them.
all cool music, aka punk, ska, everything. So this was okay, this is going to really time and date everything. I was listening to the soundtrack to the Digimon the movie. Now I was listening to the soundtrack, and then my sister walks in and she's like, "What are you listening to?" And then she puts the earphones in, and wouldn't you know it, it's all my best friends are metalheads. And so
Great
she
song.
says, "Oh, you like this? Let me open up the world to you." So not
Mhm.
necessarily, honestly, because she had said like this music is cool. This is the music you should be listening to.
Yeah.
Again, I had LimeWire and Napster. I just went all in, and I basically got all of the songs that comprise Losing Streak and Hello Rock View, and I was
Nice.
just this is I'm not kidding you, Rob. This was like wasn't even in sixth grade. It was like fifth grade or something, or
Yeah.
exactly. Just way I was way too cool, way too young. So like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, but like, yeah, I was listening to all this stuff, and it was amazing. Yeah, like I was
Oh
listening to
yeah.
No Effects at that time as well. Like,
Nice.
I was pretty cool for a fifth grade.
I was getting damn, dude. When I was in fifth
Yeah.
grade,
So.
I don't want to get into that. So
Well, yeah, we'll skip it. We'll fast forward.
let's
Yeah.
go ahead and start with the first.
Sure,
And
passport.
their first like full length record
Yeah,
was Pezcore.
absolutely. And first thing you'll notice, going through the track list, obviously there are songs in there that they will later re-record.
That's
Something
true.
they never shy away from at all. They're like, okay, if we think this next album is going to be the album, we're going to put all of our tricks into this bag. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we'll
Absolutely.
re-record things. We'll mess with arrangements, whatever.
Yeah.
They don't shy away from that at all. Yeah,
Johnny Quest thinks we're sellouts.
yeah.
Jen doesn't like me
It is like
anymore. You will
more,
see
yeah,
those two on Losing Streak, I think.
yeah, yep, yeah. Considerably like into their career. Like by that point,
Yes.
they've had second and third albums, and yeah, and another thing that's interesting. It's not in this era, but in this era, here's another thing about me. I love podcasts as well, and I listen to Krista Makes a Podcast so much. It is one of my
Yes.
favorite podcasts. Yes, so the amount of love that Chris has just for music in general is
Oh
very
yeah.
evident in how he dissects, all the musicality, the lyrics. Like he is 100% a music fan, and like apparently is really big into music trivia specifically. Like he has an encyclopedic knowledge of stuff like that. And so,
Nice.
well, from a certain era, obviously, like when he was a kid,
Yeah.
from the '80s, basically, '80s and like classic rock, basically. But like,
Yeah.
and obviously he knows enough about punk and alternative because that was the genre he literally became famous in and like blew up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of
all that.
course.
But that being said, he admits just wholeheartedly like he did not know how to sing on this record. It's just like he was doing his best,
Who
and
really does on their first record?
a hundred
Um,
percent. And this was would you even consider this mid '90s? Was it '93 or
it
'90?
was, I think it was mid 90s.
Mid '90s ish. Okay, gotcha. Okay, and
This came out in 95. Yeah.
95 even. Okay, yeah. And I think part of it, part of the thing that is interesting about Less Than Jake in general is, you know, they are from Florida,
Yeah.
meaning they are like isolated, especially from like the rest of like what's going on in the punk scenes on the East Coast and the West
Yeah.
Coast. They're really just kind of like in their own little, they're not on an island, but they're on, basically, the
They're
penis
on the
of America.
peninsula that no one seems to
Yeah,
care about.
that's true. Yeah, the peninsula. Yes, exactly. The penis.
Um, I did like Pescore. I mean, it was
I
a
did.
little,
Yeah,
you definitely can see where they were going and what kind of sound they were aiming for,
true.
which
Yeah.
is fantastic.
Uh-huh. And I think
And
that
that's one of the things I love about them is how consistent they stay throughout their career.
absolutely. And they have
So,
it's also very clear that, both Roger and Chris are Descendants fans, and that's kind of,
oh yeah,
you know, that's what they're doing. They're basically doing Descendants by way of,
yeah,
yeah, by way of Florida, it's
yeah,
just kind of like,
exactly.
and I think at the core of it, eventually, the guy they have on sax and trombone at this juncture, they leave like right before, I want to say right after Borders and Boundaries, they leave, and so and
Yeah,
they get JR and Buddy in there, but yeah, the core of this band very clearly is, Chris and Roger and Vinny. I feel like that's
oh
like,
yeah,
that's the meat of the band because what they do with horns is also very impressive in that, you know, the horns are kind of forming a lead of sorts. Like what
yeah,
would be played on a lead guitar, it's usually that's when the horns are their best. At other times in their career, it seems as though like basically the horns are just holding one long note, which can't number one can't be fun to play, and number two it's just
no,
kind of like, okay, did this song really need horns at all if that's all they're gonna do type deal?
yeah,
Yeah, and and I understand like you don't want to just be standing there on stage, but all of their songs well, most of their songs are so high energy that you can be like pumping people up, and
yeah.
we'll get into, all of their different costumes that they wear and all that. We'll have a whole section of talking about them live, but like, because they do all sorts of stuff. But like, yeah, I like their sense of humor, obviously. The songwriting is amazing. And also, they were very, very proto this. I don't know if they were even thinking about this at the time, but probably subconsciously because Chris was so into metal and like the hair metal bands of the time. And
Yeah.
obviously, this also probably came from Roger as well. They're kind of using like kind of like soccer chants and like what like just like
Yeah.
intonating like big group stuffs, like they never shy away from a hey hey hey, like
Yeah.
stuff like that. They never,
I
they are
love that
they are
though.
not too cool for that, which is what
No.
another factor that I love about them. Yes, they bring the cheese of the ska, and we love it. You gotta embrace the cheesiness of the ska. Like if we're taking all the cheese out, you get Operation Ivy. But throw in Gargonzola.
Throwing all the shenanigans there.
Go, yeah, exactly.
Wheel of songs. Hey
Mozzarella,
guys, what should we
yeah,
play next?
all the different cheeses, get them in there. You got less than
Exactly.
Jake. Yeah, we love
Dude,
it.
Roger is easily Mount Rushmore bass player of all
Absolutely.
time.
And I've heard you say this before. Yeah, go
He
off on
is
Roger. What is it about his
so,
playing?
dude, he just, first and foremost, I love a bassist that sings
Yeah.
because I
And
know
let's be
how
real, he
hard
is the
that
better
is.
singer of the two. I don't think that's
Yes.
contest, really. Yeah.
That's not really like saying much. Chris
Much
is
at all. I know.
fantastic.
Yeah, Chris is
No,
great,
no
but he's no
shade on
Roger.
Chris. Chris
I
is
know.
amazing,
I
but
know.
I love Roger's voice. He is
Absolutely.
such a good singer. The fact that he's doing all these runs and
There's a
just
reason they give him the choruses. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah. If they're
dude,
not if they're not harmonizing during the chorus, they're just like Roger, just do it because you're gonna do it better.
exactly.
Yeah.
His runs, his
Yeah.
ability to just completely hold the beat, to go from like playing as fast as humanly possible to literally finding just like this perfect reggae kind of style groove.
Absolutely.
He's everywhere and I love it.
I
He's
know. Yeah,
one of
absolutely.
the first bass players I saw that I truly fell
So
in love with how
impressed.
he played.
I know.
Like
Yeah.
it made me wish I could play like he does.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely. And jumping around not only at this age, but with those huge fucking dreads. You know what I mean?
no
Like
joke,
that's
man.
insane. Yeah, that's gotta be number one, physically exhausting. Number two, it's gotta get gross. Like, yeah, I
Yeah,
both.
absolutely.
Yeah, he
Like
really
like I don't
puts it all
understand
in.
dreads, but
Yeah, hey,
I also don't.
exactly. That's again, that's his culture. We can, we
Yeah.
can't comment on it, but it's got to be difficult. That's all I gotta say
Yeah,
as far as
absolutely.
just performing and performing wise. Yeah,
Oh, stop barking so
we
much.
got Hattie.
Hattie, you keep barking like I throw you over there. I
I
brought you onto my lap and you left me.
yeah, Hattie's
This
doing
is
it for
basically
herself.
the Hattie show. All right, this is the Hattie portion of the show.
Yeah,
Hattie, tell us what you think about us
about
and Jake. Can you tell us what
Roger.
you
Tell
think?
us
Can
all
you
about
tell us about Roger
Roger.
Manginelli? What do you think? My name is Hattie, and I'm here to talk about music. This is the Hattie portion of the program.
We
All
love
right.
it. All right. Hattie's got
I
Hattie's hot takes. We gotta or hot takes
Hattie's
with
hot
Hattie.
takes here
Yeah.
at First, Last, and Best.
Yes.
What do you think, Hattie?
Yeah.
No? Okay. Yeah, my cat's going to be on here next, but right now he's too small.
Yeah, we gotta what's the cat's
He's
name, by the way?
Neptune.
Neptune. Okay.
Okay, so the cat's name
Neptune's Corner.
was,
Yeah, nice. Something yeah, well we gotta work on it. We'll work on
yeah,
it.
we'll work on it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Neptune's
his
okay.
name was Tuna,
Oh,
but I
okay.
thought it was really dumb.
Yeah. I
What?
mean, was it clearly just because the cat loves tuna?
I don't know.
No, okay, all
It was
right.
just like a random name the Humane Society gave him. And
Oh,
I was like, listen, if we're going to adopt this cat, we gotta think of like, because he only has one eye. So I
right,
figured we gotta come up with a cool pirate name.
right.
So
Oh, yeah, I
I
think yeah.
figured Captain Neptune, and he's
Yeah,
a pirate.
absolutely, yes.
Yes, I
What's
love
the
it. It's fantastic.
what's the lady from Pirates of the Caribbean, Calypso? Calypso would work. but
Well,
no.
it's he's a boy, so I
Oh,
think.
that's true. Okay, got it.
Although if Neptune was a girl, I that was one of the names I was looking for.
There you go. Okay, there you go. There you go. There you go.
You left me. Yes, I don't. I can never record anymore because this dog just wants it. Anyways, back to
That's okay.
Pezcore. Great
We
record.
love it.
It's
Yeah,
you could definitely see what they're aiming for and the kind of
where
band
they're
that they are
going.
going to be. It does
Hmm.
feel a little rough at times
Right.
for
Oh, absolutely.
recording, but overall, honestly, really solid record. I enjoyed it.
For the way it was recorded, for the time, it being their first, all of these things.
Yeah,
Yeah, I am very much a fan. It definitely, like I was telling you, it wasn't the first thing I listened to, but as with anything, yeah, you work your way back. To be quite honest with you, I don't know. Again, it was the weird, like Wild West Napster times where I don't
yeah,
know.
of course.
And again, I was in fifth grade, so all new music was new music to me. So it was just kind of
Yeah,
like whether it was had been out for years or not. So it was just kind of like
that's true.
I'm absorbing all of this. But by the time I did get around to listening to Pezcore, it definitely probably wasn't until maybe later in middle school when. But again, yeah, you're a kid. You literally have all of the time available to you, and I just remember literally listening to music as
Yeah,
often as I physically could. Like if people weren't actively talking in my ears and I was supposed to be
yeah.
learning, I had headphones in. Yeah.
Well, I think like a lot of people,
Yeah.
including myself,
Yeah.
their first introduction to Less Than Jake was probably either around Losing Streak or Hello Rockview,
For sure,
or
yeah,
for
because
the
that was like the ska boom again, like you were saying.
exactly.
All of those, it all came in waves, and for a very brief moment, it was ska's turn. Ska had arrived,
Yes,
and
it was cool to like ska for about 5 minutes, and then everybody hated ska again.
100%. I think even yeah, what is propaganda? He has that had that ska sucks song, yeah, like
Yes,
yeah,
Caitlin
exactly,
liked to sing that to me whenever I try and put anything on. Um,
exactly. Ska
anything that's
right
not
now.
like real big. I try putting on like Madness or the English Feet or
Yes,
Hub
exactly.
City
Just to be like
Stompers, and
double
she's just
down
like,
on no. Yeah, exactly.
exactly.
Yeah,
So,
like
but
Scott is
I,
my life. It's like yeah, yeah,
yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
it's like I don't know. It's like God again. It's Hattie time. All right, Hattie time.
Hattie
All
back.
right.
Hattie
So
back.
I think that's the one problem is like when you find a band like this where they're
Yeah,
finding the success with like a significant album, whether it's
yeah,
Hello Rock for You, Losing Streak, or
yeah,
Anthem, even,
yes,
and then you try and go back and listen to something like Pez Core. Although there's familiar songs on there,
yeah.
it's more rough than what the polished albums that you were listening to
True.
that had a
Absolutely.
little more money put into it and pumped into it to give you a little more polish and a little bit of a better sound. So
Absolutely.
it's a little bit of a tougher listen as
Hmm.
far as like actual like going back and listening to it versus listening to like some of these other albums. But
Absolutely.
it's still definitely worth a listen. I do
Oh,
like Pez.
100%. Yeah, not taking that away from them at all. Absolutely
No,
not. Yeah.
not at all.
And
I'm trying to be more objective with this versus just saying, "Oh, I love these guys. They're so
yeah. Oh,
wonderful."
hey, I know, I know, I know.
Yeah.
We can gush a little bit more though. I mean,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
did you want to I get yeah. There's just so many directions we could go with it. I mean, before we move on to like
Well,
we've already talked
I
first.
think what we should do
The,
is move on to
the
Uncharted
last.
and
What was one?
do the last,
Okay,
and I'm
cool.
sure
Okay.
we will wind up talking about like Losing Streak,
Yeah, or
and
just yeah. We'll go
we
to
will definitely
extend
be
right
covering
before we
them when it
go
comes to
to
the best.
exactly best. Okay. Yes.
So
Exactly.
let's move on to Uncharted, which came out in 2024. It came out last year. Um,
Absolutely.
I feel like this came out at the right time for them
Yeah.
because as much as I spent like the majority of the week listening to like In With the Out Crowd and then See the Light and of course Silver Linings,
Yeah.
and they were good. They were very good offerings.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think progressively, in my opinion, getting worse. Again, and that's
Yeah.
that being said, yeah. Not. It's just strange to me that like when you look at their Spotify, the In With the Out Crowd song that is on there is the divorce song, the rest of my life or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, and it suffers from the very thing that I was mentioning before, where it's like there are horns in it, literally, like I think just on the bridge, and they're just going, brah,
Yes.
brah, brah.
It's like
And
whole
then it goes into
notes
strings. It's
extended.
very odd. Yeah, it's like just have the strings and don't have horns. And I know this is a ballad, so like and I know it's a deeply personal song to Chris, obviously, and again,
Yeah.
I just don't want to like shit on it, but like, and then and that album again, I actually was listening to it literally earlier today, just kind of like trying to fill in my gaps of like, or like figure out like what I was doing differently.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know,
I mean, it was it was good, but I really felt like Uncharted was a return to form.
right, I think so. I think so. Yeah, especially on like songs like I like the sunny side of dirty side down, just because I don't know
Yeah.
what that means, but I feel like again, I learned this from the Krista Makes podcast. Like literally, just like walking through your day, you hear random people say random stuff, and apparently that's
Yeah.
just something Roger heard a random guy say, and that made it into the chorus.
Nice.
What the hell was he talking about? I don't know. Dirty side down. That's pretty funny.
I like Dead Days. That was a fun song. I liked
Yes.
Walking Pipe Bomb.
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
I truly felt like this was definitely a return to form and felt like it was gonna be back to old Listen Jake.
I think so. Yes, absolutely.
And I mean, even seeing them live during like Silver Linings and See the Light and everything during those times,
Yeah.
they still put on a hell of a live show.
I think so. Yes, absolutely. And again, um, I don't know if we've mentioned yet, but like their whole thing in the early days, eventually they would have entirely separate people come out, dancing in skeleton costumes, all sorts of different things. But their whole thing was they would just dress up in these ridiculous
Yeah,
costumes and stuff.
they'd
It,
have their mascot logo guy past
yeah,
the with the Pez dispenser come out. Like they're
absolutely.
shooting out toilet paper now on rolls or something like that.
Okay, gotcha. Those are the toilet paper guns.
One of my favorite things they do, they have like this wheel of songs. It's like
Oh,
they will randomly like spin the wheel and whatever it lands on, that's a song they're
we
playing.
love that. Yeah, yeah, and I mean that's also been I don't know if they were one of the first to do that, but it's definitely been incorporated by like I think like my girlfriend and I we saw Fall Out Boy a couple years ago, and they had like
Yeah.
a Magic 8 Ball type thing where it's just like yeah,
Yeah,
whatever song they have like obviously it's from a pool of rehearsed songs that they've yeah
of course.
exactly. But that being said, of those rehearsed, it spits out something randomly, and it's a different one each time on the tour. What's
Well,
the
I think when you're a band like that where you have this much time in, I mean, what, they've been around for 30 plus years now.
yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
you have enough songs to where if you could just no matter what it lands on, you're gonna come up with a banger. So,
Absolutely, yeah, yeah, exactly. Or I mean, what Mike Hem's doing right now, where basically we play the album. Here's 9 extra songs as the augment. That's
yes.
insane. That's
By the way, you know all these other songs you guys like? We're gonna play those too.
yeah. Don't worry
So,
about that. Yeah, they definitely hit the staples, but even within the staples, they've been mixing up like 4 or 5 different ones. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
it's just literally insane.
dude,
But
it's fantastic.
yeah, we
Like
love it, and
I remember,
that's what happens when you take a break and people literally want to hear everything you have to say.
oh yeah,
Yeah, like no one's more willing to listen with open ears after like a long time of
exactly.
silence. Yeah,
Like we stopped playing, we stopped doing things. Oh, by the way, guys, now we're back,
we're
and
back. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
let our legions of fans
That being said,
like,
they you really got to truly give them credit. They've never stopped tour. I mean, obviously COVID, but
no,
other than that, and even during COVID, when he was doing Krista Makes and stuff, he was like offering to make people like little jingles and songs for their business.
yeah.
Yeah, just literally that's how working class and like nice folks they are,
Like
obviously.
I love them and Goldfinger and
Yeah, absolutely.
MXPX, how like especially during the pandemic and obviously Dropkick Murphys, like
Yeah,
they were like doing like live streams and like really putting out like
yeah,
especially
to benefit
Goldfinger
people. Yeah,
were putting out like everyone was playing things like where they were and they
right.
mixed it all together into live songs and videos and whatnot.
That's awesome.
And
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
100% love that during the
Mhm.
pandemic.
Absolutely, yes.
Um,
So yeah, that's just talking a little bit about the newest one. Again, it was only like I was telling you before. I think we hopped on Rob, but basically,
yeah,
like the the main issue or problem that I would have with Uncharted, if I were to have one at all, is that it's like 22 minutes of like 7 songs, as opposed to their previous albums where we get a smorgasbord.
exactly.
We're spoiled. We get 22 songs. We get 18, 17 songs,
Yeah,
So that's the only thing you can really, say. But
that's true.
that speaks more to just the way people consume music now, and less about, less than Jake as a band or anything. Because again, even though Vinny is no longer in the band, their old drummer, who was kind of
Yeah,
like the nucleus, wrote a lot of the songs and stuff. Really was kind of like the business end of things, and even we can talk a little bit more about Vinny. I mean, he had Fueled by Ramen, the record label,
yeah,
and so without them, we don't have Fallout Boy. We don't have Panic at the Disco, which y'all talked about last week. Yeah, so like
yep,
all these things are great when it comes to Vinny, but Uncharted just proves that hey, he was a great drummer. Less than Jake wouldn't exist without Vinny. But that being said,
that's true.
they can still function as a cohesive unit without him. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Um, so we did first, we
Yes.
did last.
Yeah.
Do you have a best, Mike?
Okay, like I said, okay, yeah. So it's gonna
This is
be
hard.
right, and it's gonna be between three for me because, like I said, the Napster days was mostly a hodgepodge of the collection of songs
Yeah,
that were Hello Rockview and Losing Street. They kind of blur together for me. But the first one that I was aware of that came out, while I was cognizant of Less Than Jake, I mean, I think Borders and Boundaries was 2000. But again, in 2000, I was in fifth or sixth grade. Like, again, I wasn't like actively looking up
yeah.
albums. I just had the Less Than Jake songs I had, and I listened to those insanely, But the thing that I would say is Anthem is obviously the album I'm talking about that I was cognizant of and
Yeah.
aware of. And I remember like on MTV2, they play She's Gonna Break Soon, which definitely not the best song on that album at all. I loved Science of Selling Yourself Short, Plastic Cup Politics on that album. That version of Look What Happened was actually the first I
Yes.
heard. That's the first one
That
I
was a
heard, and
very good version of
it's
the
a very
song,
good
though.
version. I much prefer the Border and Boundaries though, because I just love that build up, and it is kind of like a hardcore, like it's a I just love like at
Yes.
the beginning. I understand what they were doing, basically like don't bore us, get to the chorus type deal. And
Yeah.
exactly, they do, but they do that with the first one as well. But like it's just such a much more epic build up, and they bring that back at the end as well, which
I
is
also
very
love the cover of Surrender.
oh absolutely Cheap Tricks Surrender. We love it. That being said, that leads me to my just a general question I wanted to posit to you, Rob.
Yes.
When you think of um, and it's okay if you have one that is in your top three potentially. But can you, off the top of your head, think of? Because I have one that I want to mention as an honorable mention. It's not in my top three, but we're talking Less Than Jake songs that don't have horns. Do you have one that don't have horns? No horns at all. I'll tell you mine.
Not that I can think
Not that
of.
you can think of. Okay, well, let me go ahead. Okay, and I'll tell you mine. It's Motto. I love Motto, especially because it's just like again, it shows that Chris loves metal and
Yes.
he loves doing a little thing on guitar and he'll do that forever, like that do do do
Yes.
do. Yeah. I mean, that has to be so fun to play live, Do do.
100%.
And it's just so driving. And can you feel that something? And it's all about again the Roger and Chris melody. That is what makes
Yes.
this band. And like reason away. Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, Chris is going high and Roger's going with, yeah, he's just like the milky butter. We love Roger. Roger's so good.
Dude.
And like, yeah, Chris will cut through with like, again, like the punk vocal, And so,
Yes.
oh, yeah, we got the punk and we got the beauty of the melody that is Roger. Roger is like, I don't know what he's trying to do, but in this band, he would be like the Milo. And I think, again, I don't know what Chris is going for, but you know, kind of just a more raspier. I don't even know. Like, it could be any insert hardcore singer here. Like a
There
raw,
you go.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So something like that, just a little more raspier, and yeah, we love that. I love Motto.
100%.
But again, yeah, I have one in my. I do actually have one no horn.
We will be getting the top three in a minute.
I
Just
know. I'm
you
rushing
you
things. I know,
see,
I
this is
know.
the thing. You bounce around so hard. I love it. It's like
Well, you got to
you and
renegade.
Foster are like the two like ADHD episodes that I have. Like they're just
I
bouncing all
know.
over the place.
It's okay.
So
Respect it,
so
man.
so let me get to my best because I actually had a really hard time. For the
Okay.
last 3 days,
Hmm.
all I've listened to are three different albums.
Hmm.
Dog, you bark so much. You're so starved for attention. Nobody loves you.
We love Hadley.
Nobody
Come
loves
on.
you. You smell so bad. You need a bath.
Oh
All
my God.
right. So,
In the rain.
so for the last 3 days, I've been listening to only three albums because I knew Uncharted, I knew Pezcore,
Right.
and I had it that I could not think of a best.
Fair enough.
So one is
You
Borders
look
and
at it, yeah.
Boundaries.
Borders and boundaries for you. Okay.
Borders and Boundaries, because it has one of all three of these albums contain one of my top three songs.
Understandable. Okay. Okay. Fair
Borders and
enough.
Boundaries was very good, but when I started listening to them over and over and over again, Borders and Boundaries actually fell out.
Okay. Fair
So
enough.
that was I could not put that as my best
Hey,
album.
we also gotta mention just off borders and boundaries. I know just you had mentioned it, so I'm going, and it's my one chance to do it. We gotta say that Gainesville Rock City, amazing song, amazing talk about like a statement song. Like this is where we're
Yes.
from, this is what we're about. And I would also like to say, insert here, Less Than Jake is definitely like the best like wanting to leave your hometown energy,
Yeah.
pop punk band, which is a trope within pop punk itself. It's like leaving this two-bit town and like
Yeah, I
getting
gotta
out
get out of
there,
here.
exactly, getting out of
Then I'm
here.
gonna come back because it's not so bad.
100%, exactly, because it's home,
So
exactly. Yeah. So all
so
things
the
combined,
other two,
what are
and I really had a hard time deciding between it.
hmm.
It all just kind of depends on my mood.
Fair enough,
I,
fair
I
enough.
I will say it's more 1A, 1B, and
Hmm.
that's Losing Streak,
As a
which
second place,
was the first Les and Jake album I listened to in its entirety,
love it, yes.
and Anthem,
And
because
Anthem after that.
both of
Okay.
those albums are unskippable.
Right, I think that's
You
true.
have to put it on and listen all the way through. There's not a single song that it's just like, no, I don't want to listen to this. I need to listen to the next
Completely
track. I need to
understand. I
put on the next
completely
song.
agree. Yeah. That being said, I think my number one, it would be Hella Rock. I would go Hella Rock View, and then I would
Yeah.
go Anthem. Yeah, and then I would go Losing Streak. But I
Okay.
mean, all of these, honestly, that four, as far as third wave ska goes, like it's just kind of
Yeah.
unquotable. Yeah, I mean, if it's what you want, if it's summertime, if you just want to like be put into a good mood. This collection,
100%.
yeah, this collection of songs it'll send you back to a nostalgic time and place, the late '90s, and what a great time.
What a great
nothing,
time when the world
nothing
wasn't
bad was
falling
ever gonna
apart.
happen again.
All right. We're going to go to top three now. And
Okay,
remember, Mike,
I
because you did
know.
not do this last time, you just
Okay,
went
okay.
all three right in a row. We're
We're
starting
doing
at
one at a
three.
time. Sorry,
You're
three.
gonna
Okay,
do one. I'm gonna do one, and this is how I
okay.
I am trying to set boundaries on the show,
Borders and boundaries.
borders and boundaries.
Okay,
So,
here we
Mike,
go.
what is your number three? Also, I'm
Okay,
trying to type these out so I have them for later for when I do shit on social media. So,
absolutely. 100%. Okay, so my first one that I would have to say is Look What Happened, the Borders and Boundaries version. Yes, that for
nice.
me, again, for all the reasons that I already stated,
Yeah,
because you had simply mentioned the album. And then I went insane. But I love it. I love that song. I mean, again, to what I was just speaking to, we'll walk in circles around this whole block, walking the cracks in the same old sidewalks. We love it. We talk
love
about it
that.
leaving town. We love it. So that song, amazing,
Look what
amazing
happened.
bass line from Roger, for real. Like that is an amazing bass line from Roger. Oh, and at the end is the that horn line, just
Yes.
unfuckwithable. Okay, and yeah, we
Yeah.
gotta give props to all these great horn lines like the
They're so good. Their horn section is amazing.
yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Don't listen to me bop 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 it. Listen to it yourself.
exactly.
Go ahead,
All right.
Rob.
Number three from Anthem,
Mhm.
and this is not a single, although it is easily one of the best songs that they play live.
Okay, let me hear it. Let me hear it.
The brightest bulb is burned out.
Oh, that is a good one.
Screws
That is
fall
a
out.
good one. Yes.
I just dun, 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 the 20 years has gone by way too fast. Dude,
Yeah,
I love that song. How it just starts with guitar. I'm feeling
100%. Yeah.
more dead than alive. Dude, I love on when it like breaks in
Oh, and I love
with
Roger. Yeah,
everybody come in,
I
you
love Roger's
literally
voice. Yeah.
hear
Yeah. Mhm.
the match strike.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I love that just small little
Gap. It's like
note,
a silent.
just
Yeah.
this
It's like
little thing.
a
It's
whole
just a
stop. Yeah.
small little thing that just
hmm
makes this song like takes it to the next level.
That is a
And then
great
it
one.
just like everybody's in and then just it oh dude,
I love Anthem. Anthem's a great.
Anthem's such a good
Yeah,
album.
it rips. Yeah, just like it's like you were saying, from start to finish. Even I think it ends on the Surrender cover.
Yeah,
I
it
still
does.
always exactly.
That's the last track on the album.
I
So good.
always gotta listen to it. It's so amazing. Love
Yeah.
it. Okay, so
You're number two, sir.
my number two is "Saving the Youth of America from Exploding," because and that's yeah, it's the second song on Hello Rockview. Again, probably my top. Again, it is Chris doing something crazy. He's tapping. He's literally like Van Halen at the beginning, and that rips. Um, and again, with the melodies of Chris and Roger, which make the band like
100%.
great. Again, no horns. But that being said, doesn't detract from the song at all because I'm sure the trombone and sax person, they're just freaking going crazy because it goes 1,000 miles an hour and you're just hyping people up, getting them excited. Yeah, so
Absolutely.
definitely saving the youth of America from exploding.
All right. My number two, you already mentioned.
Oh, really now? Okay.
Okay, so
Okay, go
just
ahead.
to
Go ahead.
preface this,
Uh-huh.
I had never heard this song before until I saw them live.
Okay, cool.
The
Okay.
first time I heard it was a live version of this song. Have you
Interesting.
ever had the experience of listening to a song and it just takes your soul and you're just like, this is my song now. I
Yeah.
need to listen to this every day.
Yes.
Gainesville Rock City.
It rips. Yeah, exactly. That's
Just the intro horn line.
the horn
Bum,
line.
bum, 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 ba-da, bum, bum, bum.
Yeah. It's said,
Oh my,
you know what that is? That's like uh it's like I don't know if you're familiar with the newer Zelda games. You're like running up to a cliff, and then the ba, ba, da, ba, 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 it's when you like lift off and you're like floating like above
yeah,
everything. Like that's like how that's a visualization of like how that feels like when that song's like opening up. It's like basically, it's in the middle of Borders and Boundaries, but it's really like welcome to our world type thing,
exactly.
which
Dude, that
which is why they start with it so often. Yeah, that is a classic Less Than Jake opener. Yeah,
that is a fantastic song. I love that song.
absolutely, it rips, it rips.
All right, Mike, number
All
one.
right, of all time, I gotta go with All My Best Friends Are Metalheads because it's the first one I ever heard, and so, but yeah, I mean, it's the first one I ever heard. Much in the same way that for Operation Ivy, I love Unity. It is a song about putting aside your differences. We truly are all human. We all are all the
Yep,
same. I mean, again, like, I don't feel like I have to say that to the father, of an autistic child, like
yeah,
we are truly all the same. We are all in this together. We are here to stand in the face of adversity. And we have way more in common than we have apart. So that's
absolutely.
love all my best friends are metalheads, and he also loves metal. Like so much of it is so personal to like. the writers of the song. Like I just like I love the sentiment, and at the very end, the way the horn line matches with the guitar, where it just like is punching, where it's like.
Yes. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah.
We love it, yeah. And then yeah. They're also really good at like little descending riffs, little like
Yes.
they're really good at crunchies. They're also really good at they also put this one effect that kind of like makes things sound compressed. Speaking of like uh saving the youth. Like at the beginning with the
Yes.
remind me how this is the same old story of growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they have a
Yes.
lot of tricks, and part of that is just for a little history lesson. Again, Chris admitted this, and this is how he learned to sing. Hello Rockview was one of the first Pro Tools albums where they actually,
Really?
yeah, exactly, where they didn't go to tape. You know, it was all plug in your amps to the computer, and the guy messed with it on Pro Tools again, like very
Mm.
early on, whenever that came out, like 97, 98 or something. Like,
Something like that, yeah.
yeah, very like before 2000, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, so
When was that?
that I found was very interesting. And Chris literally said, like, that's how he learned to sing. Like,
Yeah.
he was throwing auto tune on it, and like, you know, this is when auto tune was like a bad word or like in quotes cheating. But he
Yeah.
literally says, like, no, like I'm so thankful for auto tune because it helped me to learn how to sing. Yeah,
Exactly.
and not embarrass myself. Yeah. But
All right.
what would be your first, Rob? Go ahead.
Okay, so it's actually really funny
Okay.
that you said that this was like one of the first songs that you listened to from Les and
This
Jake,
is your top as
because
well.
this is the top one is like the first song I ever heard by them.
Okay, wait, and then okay.
One of my favorite bass lines Roger ever did. One
Okay.
of my favorite songs just ever.
Mhm.
Johnny Quest thinks we're sellouts.
We love it. Yeah, dude,
I love that
unparalleled.
song.
Yeah, an unparalleled live. I only saw them at one Warped
100%.
Tour one time, but the pit is just a circle pit the whole time,
Yeah.
especially with the break of the.
Have you only seen them the once?
I've only seen them the once. Yeah, I've only seen them the once.
Okay, if they're ever
That-
come
that's-
around again,
We're going.
me and you are going because
I love
I
it.
have seen
One
them
of how
more
many?
than a handful of
More
times.
than a
They
handful.
are,
Okay.
actually, the first time we saw Mest,
Oh,
because
really?
this was, I think, pre-pandemic, maybe.
Mm-mm.
Um, Mest was playing at Peabody's and they were opening for Les and Jake.
Okay.
I forgot when this was. I think this was like 2018, 2019.
All right.
Um, but dude, I love the small club feel that
Oh
when
yeah,
they play.
absolutely. Yeah,
But
exactly.
it's really hard for them to move around on stage when the stage is that small.
100%. Yeah, exactly.
But dude,
Okay.
Johnny Quest
That's
thinks for sellouts, easily
amazing.
my favorite song of all time.
Absolutely. Yeah, and you don't even need to explain it all. Yeah, the whole
No,
again,
it was the
classic
first song I ever heard
moment.
by them. The first song that and I love it. I love it
I love
so
it too.
freaking much.
It's
So
amazing. Awesome.
that is it. That is our first episode in the can for our summer
Awesome.
of ska. Next week we actually have a brand new first time guest on the show, and we will be discussing one of the greatest ska bands to ever exist, and that is the Toasters. I am stoked for this. It is going to be such a good time. Obviously, we got more stuff lined up over the next several weeks. Mike will be making a return trip here for our series finale. So look forward to that. Maybe he'll be back one more time because I do have an open week, and Mike has said that he does not mind listening to music.
I'm always full in the open weeks. Unless hey,
Exactly.
unless this is a call. This is a call. Reach out to Rob. Make him
Yeah.
listen to something he
If
doesn't
there's a
want to
ska
listen
band
to.
you want to talk about, I am more than willing to put
I
them on.
really enjoyed the Panic episode just because
That
here's the
was hard.
thing. Okay, you were so spot on though with the first album being inauthentic because think about it this way. They're like not even 18 years old liking cabaret. Listen, you know what I mean? Like they're liking cabaret and
I won't say anything
it's
about that.
giving real like singing about sex without ever having sex energy. You know? Am I
All right,
wrong?
that's it. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening.